Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back, guys, to another show here of RT365. What's going on? What's going on? It is Friday, April the 14th, and I'm here with my colleagues Hugh right at the bottom and Rifle Veteran right next to me, guys. We are trying to get everything right now adjusted. Far as the video and the streaming on the individuals in the stream. So I'm gonna pass it to Mark. I'm gonna pass it to Prideful Bet. What's going on?
What is happening, peoples? What is going on? What's up? What's up? It's been a while. It has been a while, but we are back. I think last week we were talking about a specific topic. We're gonna dive deeper into this. We have subject matter experts that are here once again. Um, but my mental health. Let's start off of that. Let's start off with that. My mental health. I think I'm doing well. I think I'm doing well. I probably rate my mental health at 8 out of 10, guys. Can I get a round of applause? Can I get a round of applause? 8 out of 10. That's good, hey?
Yes,
Right, Rick?
you can get of course, of
And
course, of
Q,
course.
hey. So I mean, that enough of me. What about you, my man? We got Q out here. How are you doing? How's your mental health? How's the family? How is everything? It's been a week.
It's doing good. I had a little bit of a bout with coughing, congestion. Got over the congestion part. Coughing persisted. It was kind of annoying. I felt great, but I kept coughing every few seconds. So I took cough drops and cough syrup, and it didn't nothing seemed to knock it. So then I went to the doc, and he said, "Yeah, you just need to take uh, um, the max strength Dayquil Nyquil combo." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll try that." And the cough went away. So now I'm not coughing, and I'm able to carry on the conversation without going into a fit. But mental health doing pretty good. Family's good. Yeah, I'd say I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I like the tone. I like the tone right now. Hey, Rick, don't he look like a who's that actor? Alex Baldwin right now. Don't he look like a nice little Alex Baldwin?
I'm not sure about that. I'm
I'll,
not sure about that.
I'll
And
take it. I'll take it.
he's definitely looking on the gray, with a gray kind of shadow,
He looking good, boy. He looking
mysterious
good.
kind of thing going on over there.
Yeah,
Sounding great. Everything is good, man.
some
Everything.
secret spy stuff going on. I don't know where he at. Look at that. He looking
And
real good right now.
I got to tell you.
Rick, how you been? How's your mental health? I know we skimmed over that.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you for asking. It's always great to have, to have some time to talk to your friends, to your colleagues. Here I'm trying to bring this, to these platforms, a little bit of, none of the scripted, know it all kind of shows. I'm trying to bring something that is but natural, normal,
Hmm.
that you can relate to, nothing crazy, like we seen, for example, I seen so much on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Every time that you see something, it goes miles into how deep these videos get, and then I'm trying to bring something, something relaxed for people to enjoy on
Yeah,
Fridays.
a little vibe, a little
Yeah,
chill vibe.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm excited about this journey that we're taking together. So we just got to keep on rocking with this, man. We just got to keep on rocking.
I mean, I
Um,
I, I second that motion. Q, what about you?
Yeah. So yeah. Since we're talking about security and stuff, and that was our topic that we wanted to try to focus on. The first thought that came to mind was some internet etiquette and making sure you guys are taking care of yourselves out there. Protect your
Ooh.
information, protect your identity. You don't know who's out there on the other end. They could take advantage of you. They could be malicious. You never know. So just be very cognizant of that kind of stuff. And protect your information and protect if you work for a company, protect the company's information because you never know. And I heard of a guy that got arrested and for leaking some stuff on Discord, and I think Prideful Vet. I think you've got the details on that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it was a 21-year-old. Yeah, he's gonna put it in the background. It was a 21-year-old. He got arrested by the FBI on Thursday, guys. On Thursday. And what did he do? He leaked top secret information on Discord. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Discord, Discord is, another social platform in which you can share content. A lot of times people get it confused that because you may need a password or certain credentials to access these files, that no one's going to spill these documents. You know, do not share files. So let's look at what it is. His name is Jack. You got to help me with the last name. I'm going to call him Texas. Texaria. He was reportedly the leader of a Discord group in which members exchange racist memes. Come on, guys. Watch movies together and allegedly learned about secret documents on the Ukraine war from him.
Give me,
That's
That's
him in the
crazy.
background. Look.
give me 1 second. I think Jaywalk just got back into the show. Jaywalk, are you there?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Okay. All right.
So, Prideful Bet is talking about this knucklehead that got
Knucklehead.
arrested.
Straight up.
Jack takes area. I mean, what? I mean, what's going on? This Prideful Bet was talking about this. So, we're trying to catch up to.
Yeah,
to
he's
this news, man.
21-year-old. He's from Massachusetts. He was the Massachusetts Air National Guard. And once again, he was arrested on Thursday. So far, the details, besides him leaking this documentation, I think why the FBI is really looking at him is because it was documents on the Ukraine war. And apparently, America is not supposed to be involved in that.
So
That's
how we
crazy.
came into these details?
Say
How
again?
he was able to get this type of information?
Oh, well, he works. It says that because of where he works at in the Air National Guard, he was purview to this information.
I mean, this is a great example of think what not to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Certainly.
So it says right
Jesus.
here the investigation into the alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified national defense information. He needs
Wow.
a donkey of the day, donkey of the year, donkey of the century. Doesn't he remind you of the other person? Man.
So
Man.
was he an intelligence guy or what? What was his area of expertise?
Expertise, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm
because
looking at document right now.
I mean, he has to be maybe a part of the intelligence community. I'm quite sure.
Well, one would presume, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. One of the things that I can't stand is someone who cannot follow through with your job. I mean, these individuals we put individuals in these positions of trust.
Mhm.
And when you break that trust with your employer for any any reasons that you might have other than if you go do some type of actions like this based on the fact that your employer is doing something illegal, hey, more power to you. Hey, go ahead, do your thing. What that is called whistleblower. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Some whistleblowers do get money, by the way. And how do they get money is 10% of everything that their government is able to collect based on those infractions. It goes to you. It's something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not an expert on this. I'm not a lawyer, but I know there's a financial gain to those whistleblowers. So okay, let's move on. I mean, but when you put somebody in a position of trust like this individual, and then and you pretty much say, hey, I don't care. I'm going to leak this information without measuring the extent of the damage that you know that this is going to cause is, I'm not sorry for you, and guys, yeah, don't forget we are going to talk about cybersecurity right throughout this discourse, of the video. We're just pretty much getting warm up to you guys to see, who joins. So don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the page, okay? So we can
Definitely.
continue bringing you more content like this, guys. So
Definitely.
so he's right there in the background, getting
So
arrested,
so
like
we
he's
we
Mhm.
we,
like
we
he
did the
deserves.
roundabout. Hold on. We did the roundabout. We forgot Jaywalk.
Oh, Jaywalk, yes.
Jaywalk came in. We gotta do a roundabout. So Jay, how you been, man? We've been gone
Good,
for a
good.
week. How's the mental health check-in too?
Oh yeah, that's I tell you, it's pretty rough. In processing into this new company. Oh my God.
That's right. That's right.
Good for you,
Yeah.
man. Good for you.
Yeah,
That's right. He did get the last week
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
If you guys weren't aware, Jaywalk got the job. He landed the job that
Right.
we were all
Yeah,
praying for.
yeah. Praying for, yes. But I wanna talk about some of the experience during the job part of the of the interview.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, well, so I got the job. I gave them the notice, and I think and I'm not sure if this is what the companies are going to. So they gave me some tasks that they wanted me to complete before I started in processing. I thought that was kind of strange, y- you know. So I'm wondering, what else is it I'm gonna have to do far as when I actually start, which is on the 17th, far as in processing. And to get that done, that ate up a lot of my evenings, of the other stuff that I had planned. So because they had a deadline, you know how when you don't complete your training, and it says you're overdue. I got some overdue tasks, and I just thought that was kind of, you know, a little awkward.
So
I
you
think
have overdue tasks working and you haven't been working there in less than you
no,
haven't
no,
started yet.
I start Monday, right?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So have you guys ever experienced that?
Hey, you gotta pay the cost to be the
Anybody on the
boss.
panel?
I
I
will. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Q.
Oh no, I was just saying that I've experienced some setbacks and waiting for something to happen with a job and stuff like that. So it can be very frustrating,
Yeah.
especially if you're trying to get things going and you don't want to be idle. You don't want to be
Right.
not doing anything. You want to get in there and get started,
Yeah.
and that can be
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Yeah. So but my official day is the 17th. So I wasn't even out processed out of my other company, right? So I've never experienced that.
Well,
Hmm.
I'm gonna say this to you. I think that the company is being proactive, okay,
Yeah,
from the company point of view, okay,
yeah,
because you're gonna become part of the
yeah.
of their processes, and then
Right,
you're gonna become a very important stakeholder in their
right.
mission. So I thinking that I'm guessing you probably got a hefty salary pay raise. So I'm pretty sure that they're
Yeah,
trying to get
Yeah.
their money's
yeah,
worth, on what's going on.
yeah.
I mean, for what it is, enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And
And
then
definitely
So
congratulations, man.
yeah,
yeah,
congrats, congrats.
yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations are in due.
So
Yeah.
so I was back there in my office, but
Mhm.
this I'll tell you the name of the company, and I want you to research that, and you'll be kind of surprised at.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's leave that. Let's leave that out for
Hold
now.
on. Yeah, let's
Oh,
leave the company
Yeah,
names out. Hold
oh,
on.
okay,
Hold
because
on.
we're live. We're live. But yeah.
but yeah,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
but it was no. Well, I'll just speak about it. It was a Latino brother.
Hold
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's not talk
No,
about
I mean
donkeys.
that's.
We're gonna talk about
No,
donkeys.
I mean
Okay.
I mean, I'm proud of that. That's from PR. So
Oh, well,
we
wait,
can
wait,
talk
wait, wait a
Oh,
second,
offline.
wait a
okay. We
second,
can
wait a
talk
second,
about
wait a
that.
second.
Okay, okay, okay. We
Wait,
can talk about
oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, we will talk about it.
so
Go,
no,
go, go, go.
yeah,
Oh
but
man, he get the extra brownie points. Come on,
yeah,
man.
no,
Go,
but
go
I
ahead, go
mean,
ahead, go ahead.
yeah,
He said that's fine. He said it's fine.
yeah. So once I did the research, I was like, oh, okay, and yeah, so
Shout out to
that's
all
it.
my
I'm
people
I'm
from
done with
PR,
that.
man. Puerto
Yeah,
Rico. Puerto
I'm gonna,
Rico.
I'm gonna tell you, something. I
Yeah,
mean, the diversity in these companies, it's changing. The landscape
right,
in
Yeah.
cybersecurity,
right,
in the higher echelons of every company,
right,
they are changing, and they're changing for the good. And
right,
I'm very excited, very happy that those things are taking place. I mean, we're living in a very diverse, new United States of America, and then
right. Yeah,
Hmm.
many people will say that that we are going on the wrong path, based on whatever X, Y, and Z they're thinking. But I think to our core, I think that we're heading on the right direction. I think that we have leaders in. Listen to what I'm saying. We have the right leaders in place at the moment to execute and to continue keeping us on the right trajectory. Okay, and then I'm very sure that we're going to continue just getting better. Okay, I think that I think that we're going in the right direction, and like you're saying, Hispanic, having a Hispanic individual on your organization, and you're able to come to a platform and say, we have
right,
a Hispanic individual
right,
in my organization. We have, I'm very proud to say that we have plenty of diversity in these major corporations,
right,
in the industry, and that speaks volumes about where are we going as a community, not just on cyber, but engineering and logistics, administration. Everything. I think we're going places, man. And look at this panel. Look at this panel. We have myself, Hispanic. We got Q, uh, Caucasian. We got Prideful Veteran. He is
Trim.
Caribbean, and we got Jigwalk, who's Asian Islander. So, what happened? Are we missing somebody?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are we
Yeah,
missing
you can
somebody?
tell by my eyes, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
we love to everybody. Love to everybody.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is this is a place for everybody to come and join
Right, right,
and just
right.
enjoy themselves. So yeah, happy. So keep telling us about your experience, Jaywalk. How is your transition? What kind of hurdles you went through?
Um,
Went from one organization to another, and then the whole experience, if you don't mind.
well, the the organization that I'm at, they got some issues where with retention, and it's a combination of money, management, and just the environment. So you got those three things that they can fix, but they're just slow to fixing it. So, as far as the monetary part, they're starting to give people out of cycle raises, which it's like a band aid. Then they're offering people the proper amount of money as they are leaving out, right? Which I think is just wrong. When you lowball someone going into a position and knowing that the workload is way above what you're offering, and then you wonder why they want to leave or do something different. So I think a lot of companies need to wake up to that. Not just in cyber, but even with minimum wage, it's just tougher to do these jobs today, because of the requirements are so demanding. Um, so that was that. But as far as my team, I had one of the more complex systems that I was dealing with. So we sort of built that from the ground up. You know, did some DevSecOps and all that, the cyber piece. So I left it in good shape. So I don't feel bad about any of that. So everybody asks me, well, why do you want to leave? I said, well, I got the phone call 3 a.m. Right, that's how you get them, and everything just worked out. um, I fit what they were looking for, and this company, I couldn't go no higher than where I was at. Um, so to take the job, sometimes you got to reduce down to take a job. So now I'll get to open back up, uh, you know, and be more. I want to say, well, we'll just get back to my true skills. So I got a lot of skills, but I'll be leading some teams and versus someone leading me. It's I think it's going to be good for me. So,
And we're excited for you, man. Like
oh
for real.
yeah,
Very
Yeah,
excited for
definitely,
you.
definitely,
I mean,
definitely.
what's happening in cyber and in the United States for the last couple of months when we see Amazon just laying off thousands,
right,
tens of
yeah,
thousands of people.
Hmm.
right,
We've seen our Tesla doing it, Twitter. We've
right,
seen these big organizations, big hitters,
hmm hmm
just letting people walk out. And then let
right,
me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. I don't blame the organizations because
yeah,
I mean you put a new administration on the organization, they do what we call a risk assessment. They
yeah,
do they look at the risk register and they see all this overhead and they see all
yeah,
these individuals who are not producing
They start
uh,
trimming the
uh,
fat.
to the amount or to the level that they're getting paid. And when
Yep.
you have to lay off 10,000 people out of one shot, people just
yeah,
don't make those decisions lightly.
yeah,
They spend hours, they spend days, weeks trying to come with a different solution because they know as soon as they release that news on Monday that we're laying off 30,000 people, their stock is going to plummet.
Yeah.
And they're
right,
trying not to do that. So they gotta have this the risk appetite. And when we talk about this is some of the things that we talk in cybersecurity. The risk appetite is how much risk is the company willing to take? How much risk is the company willing to accept? How much risk
right,
is the company can transfer to maybe
right,
a insurance or whatever the case may be? And how much risk is just risk that they can just avoid by just ignoring it. And then I think that when these companies are letting go, 10, 20, 30,000 people, it doesn't come lightly to the individuals.
right,
It doesn't mean that every company out there, do their due diligence when it comes to this, but these
right,
big
yeah,
corporations, Amazon, these Twitter, these Teslas, the least thing that they want is lay off, 10,000 people and
right,
then lose $5 to $10 billion, like
yeah,
some companies have seen in the last couple of weeks. So, are we still here? Are we still here?
No,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
good.
Yep, I'm
No, we're
still
yeah,
here.
good. We're good.
yeah,
We're good.
Let's get into
Got me
let's get into my
Come on.
topic, guys. I wanted to talk to you guys about cybersecurity. Okay, the whole point of today that I wanted to share with you guys was to bring somebody here, okay, and show you what I was thinking about. What are the steps? What you need to do in order to get into cybersecurity? Okay, so
Now
I
hold on,
am.
Ray. Hold on, Ray. I
Go
don't
ahead.
think we should do. I don't think we should give them all. Let's just give them a little bit. So this
Okay.
is probably going to be let's name this chapter one, guys, because cybersecurity is massive,
Okay.
and we could not go over it in this short period of time. So let's just get a little gamut, just a little taste. Q.
So
Uh,
go ahead,
did,
Q.
were you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So yeah, for starters, if you're just starting out, it's good to familiarize yourself with security settings of the various pieces of equipment that you might have exposure to. If you're not in a corporate setting doing it, but at home, familiarize yourself with the security settings of your devices. What can lock things down, prevent information from getting out there, and become the security minded. That's the starting point. Really, is really thinking about how open am I to the world. Uh, and when you start getting that security mind, then you start thinking, okay, what are all these other things that I can do? And these are the first steps. Is getting that security minded thought process in yourself. That's the first step. And Jaywalk, do you have any ideas on that? So for the starters and for the people starting out.
Um, a lot of hey, Rick, can you bring up? Can you go to the internet and bring up? It's the protocol stack. It's the defense in depth, right? It's a free chart on Google, and I want to bring that up and because that'll give an example of what I'm talk about. And just go to images, and it's the defense in depth. And really, I think a lot of people just think that cybersecurity is this huge technical, gamut, and there's a lot of documentation to that. So go to that one there, the one to the yeah, go to that one. So okay, I can speak to it from there. So you have two sides in basically in cybersecurity. You have the operation side, and then you had a policy management. And I think when people are getting into cyber, they don't know where they want to go, and and that spells out the direction and the type of training you're gonna need. Um, there's a lot of baselines out there, right? And then Rick, that's going to lead into your document of the different levels, right? So so what I do is vulnerability assessments, right? So so with that, it's some networking in there. It's a lot of documentation. It's a risk management framework. That is my career path. And then I get some people that's dealing with the seams, the different equipment on the network, uh, host-based security systems, and things of that nature. So to me, this is the essence of cyber. And if people just know where they want to go, what side they want to be on. So when I look at a lot of people that's going to college for this, a lot of them are going on the operation side. Um, they got to learn the Kali Linux, the certified ethical hacker. And then when they get in to, let's say, the military environment, it helps if you're a pen tester, but you got to know where you want to go at in cybersecurity. So I think something like this gives them a good foundation of the direction.
So
I'm
Jaywalk,
not
just a quick question. So just looking at the chart, you'd say for the big picture folks, the people that like to see the big picture, this chart
right,
right here is the big picture.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. This gives you an idea of basically what direction you want to go in cyber. So like the policy management side, which is risk management framework. So that's a lot of documentation. That's basically the blue team. Um, it can it just gives you a better foundation. And then as you go in to the training, of some of this, equipment or processes. It just helps you to understand, whether you want to be in IAM or if you want to be in
Mhm.
straight
Mhm.
cyber. So a lot of people just don't have this fundamental understanding of cyber. I mean, it's way bigger, which RT365 is going to talk about here shortly. But I think this is a good starting point.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
the one thing I want to mention about these mission critical assets, guys, is that yeah, we see this. You see a lot of policy management, operations, data security, every single layer. It's like an onion, okay? And then it works. It works just like that, okay? Data security has to be covered by application security, has to be covered by endpoint security, has to be covered by network
Right.
security, and then you got the perimeter. Okay, that's where you got your honeypots, your DLP, data loss
Right.
prevention, the DNC, demilitarized. How you say that word?
The militarization zone,
Zone,
DMZ.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the firewalls,
Right.
DHS, Einstein. I mean, that right there is we're talking about a networking guy, right? Then
Right.
network security, you have the enterprise wireless security, and you have the IDS, IPS, intrusion detection system, and intrusion prevention system.
Yeah.
So now you have networking and admins getting together, and then
Right.
and then it just trickles down. I mean, there's
Right.
so much here to
Yeah.
be to be to
Yes.
be to be
Yes.
to be talked. There's so much work when it comes to cybersecurity. Or an
Right.
organization that is very advanced in their maturity level. And let me tell you something: just because an organization turns out billions of dollars every year doesn't mean that they are very
Right.
mature.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
so so when a professional like you yourself or myself or any of my colleagues right here on the panel, we see something like this, we pretty much like wonder like, man, I wish I see one of those security, because it show you see right there, right next to mission
Right.
critical assets, you see SIM, okay, and the
Right.
SIM can be Splunk or could be Tenable,
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
EPO Manager or
Yeah.
Trellix, whatever the case may be. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then you see digital forensics, and the digital forensics adds so much into
Right.
the mix, and then you see towards the end security, SLA, SLO reporting. I mean, we're talking about just layers upon layers upon layers
Right.
of security and administration and then red tape that an organization with a high maturity level will be what some companies think that they are overstaffed, okay, and that's why the comment that I made earlier today about 10,000 people getting laid off, 20,000 people
Right.
getting laid off, is because they do have a higher maturity level. They got people in every single corner, but then you don't need 25 directors of operations,
Right.
to run a
Right.
company. You may need two.
Right.
You don't need 50 people in doing dashboards for Splunk. Maybe you need four. Maybe you
Right.
don't need 100 people doing audits on your computers. Maybe you need 10 or 20,
Right.
and that's why you see your those cuts. It's very sad, man. It's very very sad.
Yeah.
Prideful veteran. How about because you are in the more,
I'm in a different field. I'm in a
yeah, in a
way,
different field.
yeah,
How
yeah,
how do you see this in your field affecting your field? Because you are into management,
yeah, of course.
and from your point of view, at your level, because it's something's a higher level where you at. How do you see these cuts in IT, cuts in engineering affecting you guys as day to day?
Well, I mean,
Oh, one
I,
second, one second. Jaywalk, I am sending you a private message real quick.
Okay.
so you want me to answer it? You want me to answer?
Yes, please go ahead.
So what I see is, especially being I recently retired from the military. Thank God. Come on, let me get some praise. Let me get some praise. Yay. Anyway, so I recently retired from the military, and I realized that because I'm more technically sound than the people that I work with, and now with these new softwares and these new like just teams itself, a lot of people are not familiar with that. And I'm not trying to, be age, discriminative, but it's the people. You either get down with the tech or you gotta go. So if you don't know this stuff, or you at least don't pin through it, like Q said, Q was right on point. Q said, learn your security measures. Just look at your devices, learn your security measures. You know how many security measures that are on your iPhones, on your Samsungs, that you probably still have just default on there? That's probably collecting data, but that's a different story. That's a different story. That's a different story. But I'm very fascinated into this. Probably at the end of this series, I might just go ahead and put my, once I know which route I'm gonna go, I'm definitely gonna see where I can take this, because I'm very interested into this.
I could touch on something on what Prepper Veteran was saying is that
Yeah.
that you may not realize is when you get devices by default, your devices are not secure by default. That they got the your privacy information all set to open to the world.
Yeah.
So they're sharing information. Unless you go in and set it, they're expecting you to, oh, I'm going to put everything on the world.
What they call that? Cookies?
Yeah, cookies and your privacy settings and even on your work computers. I've seen it so many times where the admin doesn't know to set the default settings to off because it's literally trying to call back home, chase home, tell them for your information, what's going on with your device, tell your location, tells you everything if you don't turn it off.
So right now, yeah, I'm with you guys, everyone in TV land, in YouTube world. I am looking at it just like you are. I have no idea what I'm looking at right in front of me, but these guys are going to teach me. So I got a question. So with that path chart, right? So are you telling me if I want to be in networking, right? Is there different paths in networking, or is it just one clear path?
It's different paths. Yeah.
So what are the paths, and what are the most common paths that you see are happening now? So let's say I'm fresh out of college, or I'm fresh out the military. I don't have any background. What would you suggest for me, a career to go into? I'm good in video games. That's 90% of America now. I'm good with video games. I can post stuff on social media. Sell something to me. That's for anyone on the panel.
I can definitely speak about it. Let me pass it to Jaywalker and Q, so I can fix this stream, and then I hit on it, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Q.
What's happening?
So what's the entry job? Because I guess maybe we could do that. What entry networking job that I can start from the ground up, and what do I need to take as far as prerequisites to be the top of my class?
For like computer, like your backbone of the networking, or you're talking about people networking?
No, backbone of networking.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
just
fresh out of the military. Fresh out the military.
Oh, gotcha.
I want to get into an entry job. I say networking. Tell me what I need to do.
So just your basic network admin. Most companies have a base level network admin that you can get into, and then basically know your switches. I mean, imagine that most people these days, with the tech that they have in their home, they probably have some iteration of either a Cisco or Linksys or Belkin or something like that. You're already familiar with some type of IP information, IP scheme, knowing what an IP is. So that alone, if you know how to set an IP in your home router, you're already one step ahead of the person that doesn't know anything about networking and tries to get a networking admin job.
So you're telling me if I can set up, because I can set up right now, I can set up passwords on my router. I can change the name. I could put my individual password on there. I can is that a network? Is that entry level?
No. What did you hear the IP part of it? Where I said if you know how to set up an IP.
Oh no, see, I don't know that part. What's
Right.
Tell us what the IP part is.
Yeah, so most devices out there, whether you like it or not, it happens behind the scenes, has an IP, an internet protocol address. And this address is like a mailbox that says, hey, send this stuff this direction. If I'm sending data stream, sending it down, it's basically got an IP address attached to it, sends it to a unique IP address on the internet, knows to go to your home or to your computer. Everything on the internet has it. If you understand the basics of how an IP works, you can look it up. You can Google it. Anybody can go, hey, what is an IP? And Google will tell you. And understanding that concept. If you understand what an IP is and how to set it up in your own home systems, like set up what they call a static IP, then you'll be bounds ahead of the person that doesn't know anything about networking. Because when you go in, because that's the core of what networking does, is they're setting IPs on systems, and that's how the core backbone is set up, is through all IPs. If you know IPs, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah. So some of the things that I want to bring to the topic right now is before I hit into that table that's sitting behind us, is that earlier this week we were talking at the office about these devices. Okay, these devices that are connected to the internet, that one way or another they get hacked into. Okay, they get malware, they get viruses, and people with ill intent start using them. Like for example, the Roomba in your own house. Those devices can take pictures. Infrared or just regular pictures, and like a phone. There's hacks where an individual with ill intent or a hacker can hack into your device at home and actually take pictures. It takes a lot of work, okay, to get into a device like this, because most of us, we have an ISP, your internet private service provider, okay, your internet service provider, which is AT&T or Comcast or Xfinity, and they do have very good tools in place to prevent those things from happening. Okay, so the regular individual at home, you don't have to worry about it. It's good to know about it, but you don't have to worry that much about it. I think that high-profile individuals, they do need to have the teams that set up the internet, that set up their devices, that scan their devices, and make sure that they check their emails before they open them, the text messages, because the landfill out there when it comes to hackers, bad hackers, because there's good hackers, white hats and black hats. We also have gray hats, you name it. There's all kind of colors. We just have to be concerned, and then we need to be aware of those situations. So, but for the most part, the individuals out there with, regular individuals, regular Joes, you don't have to worry about none of those things. Be mindful. That's what I would suggest. But yes, Prideful Vet, your Roomba is taking picture of you.
My Roomba.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to go ahead and kick that Roomba outside.
Yeah, talking about all these smart homes.
That's
With the Internet of Things, and smart homes. Yeah, they're wide open. All your cameras, your Nest thermostat, they could just basically hack into your thermostat and turn your heat up. That's not nice. Exactly.
This is like iRobot out here, guys.
It is happening. Man. So let me get to this slide that I wanted to share with you guys earlier today. So how do you get into cybersecurity? Okay, how cybersecurity? Where do you start? Where do I start? Let's say we talked about it earlier today. Q brought some good stuff. Jaywalk brought some great points. I'm gonna ask around the room in 1 minute. Tell me, where do you start on cybersecurity? If you know nothing, where do you start?
All right, let me go first. I'm gonna take with Q. Can I take yours, Q? Where to go in
Yeah, go ahead. Go
cybersecurity?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So based off what Q said, learn your security settings. Is that a good answer?
I
Good.
agree. I
Good.
definitely
Okay,
agree.
good. I'm like the noob guys. I'm like you guys out here. I'm learning the first time. So that's mine. Go ahead.
I think
Jaywalk, you want to
let me
take the next, or you want me to
let me,
do it?
let me tell
Oh,
Private
okay.
Area something real quick on learning your settings. Based on that comment. Okay, I want anybody who's the viewers out there to take a look into what he just said. Look into
Your
your own
security
settings.
settings.
Your security settings. So, for example, my case, I do have my service provider is AT&T. AT&T provides me with a modem. Okay, and then if I log into the modem through my app, I get to see different settings on the app. Most of you guys
Oh,
out there,
yeah.
when you got your internet providers setting up your internet, what they do is they send someone, and that someone set up for you like your passwords, your some routes if needed,
Right.
your cameras, your devices, and then after half an hour he's gone, and you're looking at that guy like, wow, he just saved my life. He was able to connect all my Ring cameras to that magic
Yes.
box. So in reality, guys, most of those guys, when they come to your house, they're gonna leave everything in automatic mode. Okay,
Hmm.
they're not gonna go and do above a million to secure your perimeter, your demilitarized zone in your house. What
Hmm.
they're gonna do is they're just gonna do everything by default. So that will allow, if in the event that you get hacked, those hackers to gain access to your devices. So get on YouTube
That
and
is
and, and, and
crazy.
and search on YouTube like, how do I set up privacy on my Ring camera? How
So
do I how do I improve my security on my router or modem? Or just call AT&T and tell them, hey, I like to get my modem more secure. Can someone from the networking team help me out? You know, and
Yep.
that's how you're gonna learn. So,
okay.
You want me
uh,
to give me my 1 minute spiel?
Yeah, yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Get yours, Q. Because yeah.
Uh, so the easiest thing I can think of starting out for securing yourself in your home and making sure, because like RT365 said and Private Prevention, is knowing your security settings. Go into and talk to your ISP provider and find out what you can do to secure your home network better, and then you, because by default, like RT365 said, it's just wide open. People can drive down your street, and they'll just they'll actually go through the neighborhood, and they'll look for wide open networks, and they'll just hop on the internet. They may not be malicious at first; they're just trying to get on the internet. But some people are out there to do malicious stuff, and so it is behooves everyone to be more security minded. And I can't foot stomp that enough. Is be security minded. Don't let your stuff be wide open.
So you telling me people can hop on my network like they're in Starbucks?
Yeah, if you
Oh
leave it
my
open,
goodness.
it's
Oh
wide
my
open. They
goodness.
can they
Oh
can
my
jump on.
goodness. What kind of craziness is
So
this?
let me get with Q real quick. Let me bring something to you. So there is. Where are you? Where are you? One second. There we go. No, one second, guys. Let me switch my page real quick, and then here we go. So
What
Flipper.
about you, Jay? What?
So let
Oh
me let
no,
me
we
tell
on
let me
Q.
tell you
Hold on.
a little bit about this right here. So Q talk about being hacked. By somebody that just passed by your house. Yes, am I on track?
Yeah.
So
Yep, that's what I said.
this device right here that you can see on the screen is called Flipper Zero. Okay, you probably can buy it right now because they are all sold out. Let me see if you can. Let me see if you can buy it. Let me see if you can buy it. One second. Yeah, they are sold out, as you guys can see. $170. This is nothing but a Pi device. Okay, this is a little board, with a little operating system that will allow you to listen to this, scan scan your credit cards and save the information of your credit cards. Like we in America, we like to, on the West, we like to just go everywhere and I use the Apple Pay. This device, okay, somebody else can, you can do it yourself. You can scan your credit card through the NFC or near field communication, charge it, get the information, and you can go with that flipper, with that little device that you see right here on the screen, and use it as your credit card. So if you can do that, somebody with ill intent at a grocery store or at a gas station, when they tell you, hey, to fill up, you have to leave the credit card here, they can just get your information, and the next thing you know, 2 weeks when you receive the next bill, somebody went with your credit card and purchased a bunch of gift cards from Target or something.
Mm-hmm.
With this device, with this device right here, listen to what I'm about to say. You can set up this device to silence the alarm or the beeps that some homes gives when you open the front door. Okay.
Whoa, say that again.
Yes.
Hold on. Say that again.
So some homes that had this security security devices, plugged to the wall, that gives that send a signal to a central box in the house, to let you know that your door just was open, and then somehow you go to some houses, you open the door, and you hear that.
Yeah. The little tone comes on, the little ringtone.
Correct.
It says door jarred or something like that. Ding dong.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what the door does is the door sends a wave length signal to that main box. They're talking all the time. Okay, once that door is open, okay, it's gonna send that wavelength signal to that device. So if I go to your house, and that I just got the flipper with me, I set up the settings the way I want it. I just want to make sure that I can record that signal whenever, and then open your house. You allow me access one time. I get to your house because I'm going to either change a key fob or change water faucets. Somebody with ill intent will do this. Okay, and then I get your code. So what I do is at night, I start messing with this little flipper here, and then I'm gonna send millions upon millions of codes of wavelengths to that little box, and the box is just gonna go crazy. You can open any door in your house, and then it's not gonna be able to get through that wavelength, because they have a specific set amount of memory. Okay, and how we call this in cybersecurity, when you send a bunch of passwords, you're trying to access a website and you send millions of passwords. How you call that, guys?
A flood.
Who can answer that? Who can answer that?
Huh?
A flood.
I can't.
Yes. So you're just sending all this information. So you turn these devices, pretty much open, and this can help you out to, like I mentioned before, to just get access to a home, and then or record a credit card.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So
So you're saying that it'll send out a DOS attack is it a DOS attack, or is it some other type of just a bunch of waves going into, because once you break I thought once you break the path, now it depends if your system is monitored or unmonitored. Now, is that the case? Are you speaking about a monitor alarm system, or
correct? That's what I'm talking about. So
Right.
in some homes, you open the door, the
Right.
the little sensor is gonna send a wave signal. That's, I don't know, 5
Right.
gigahertz, whatever, 5.372 to the box. And then the box has let's say has 3 megs of memory.
Right.
Those are very inexpensive devices. They don't have 20 gigs of memory of RAM. So if you send that box 10,000 messages, the memory is gonna be full. So it doesn't matter what you open on your house, it's not gonna be able to reach that out, because it's trying to process the first 10,000 messages that you're sending them. And if you continuously sending those messages, you can get access to the house without activating any alarm. So
That's some James Bond stuff.
That's sounds super scary for people out there.
Yeah,
That's super
And
scary.
definitely, I think we're given a lot of information about this device, but we do not. And now I guess I'm just saying this.
Yeah, go ahead and
We're
say
not
it, Q.
endorsing this device. We are not endorsing this device.
we're not.
Let's get the whole spill out. Let's get the whole spill. We do not
we're
endorse.
speaking about the capabilities of it, but it's not to be used for any.
Yeah,
illegal activity.
ill intent. Yes, yes. So
Yeah,
this
Man.
ill intent.
so this device right here is used mainly by individuals who are either pen testers or
Right,
just getting into cybersecurity, and they're trying to just like get an real seven Red Hat operating
right,
system in
Mhm.
a Pi device. This is
right.
just a tool,
Yeah,
But people
Mhm.
that have ill intent, they use it for other things. So,
right.
Jaywalk. Now, 1 minute. How do you get into cybersecurity?
Well, the way that I got into cybersecurity, I went to the library, right? I went to well, we had Barnes and Nobles at the time, so I went there and actually researched um, about cybersecurity. I looked at the career path. Now, when I was a sysadmin before, and that's basically the foundation of cybersecurity, right? I mean, technically, it came from the sysadmin perspective, right? And then from there, I just went to the library, went to Barnes and Noble, started doing some research based on the OSI model. And then I looked at what that was and just put together a path, along with some other documentation. And that's how I got into cyber. So um, I stayed away from the operation side, and I wanted to get more on the policy management side, which I was successful at.
Cool.
I'm happy that you mentioned that you the 1 second, that you mentioned your path. You actually went out and you research.
Right,
You have some kind of knowledge
right,
before you went to the library to
right.
research. What led you to the library. If you can let us
Well,
know.
yeah. Just a lack of resources, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is for the people that don't have a lot of money. They don't have a clear direction. I went to Barnes and Nobles, and I would sit there and read the books, right? Next to the Starbucks, right? And and then take the book back. And I tell you, I found a way when you get books, right? You have books at the engineering level, you have books at the sysadmin level or technical level, and then you have books at the beginner level. So that helped me understand what type of books I needed to read to help me understand the concept. So some of those authors out there were super advanced, and I didn't necessarily need that, because I was starting out. So when you pick these books up, get several different authors or technical books, and pick the one that best suits your way of thinking.
Mhm.
Um, I still do that to today. I may it may be the most highly recommended book out there, cost that money, but it may not fit my way of thinking. So, uh,
You keyed into something that brought a thought to my mind is that you continue to learn, continue to educate because the landscape is changing constantly.
that's
There's
right.
always new
Yeah,
technology, new ways of things, people trying to get into stuff. So always once you get
yeah,
into cybersecurity, you're always excuse
yeah,
me, you're always into cybersecurity.
yeah,
That's great that you mentioned, Jaywalk. Your path into going to the library and then look for that information. Because of the lack of resources that you have, and then I do appreciate you sharing that with us. But now I want to speak to the cybersecurity professionals like us, who you might find yourself at the Barnes and Nobles or at a library, or maybe you're doing some research for your son or your daughters, or somebody's a school project, and you see someone looking or opening a book that says A plus or Security Plus. Go reach out. Don't I mean if you see someone at the library, at the Barnes, whatever place, anywhere you go, opening another book, or if you matter of fact, let me tell you something. So a couple of months ago, I am at a discount tire, and I saw this individual opening a Security Plus book, and he was sitting down, and then I have to. I had to say something, you know. I didn't went over there and tell him, "Oh, I got all these certifications, yada yada." You know, I've been doing this, sir, you know, for 20 years. You know, look at me, haha. That's not what I did. I went over there, was like, "Hey, sir, how you doing? You know, I'm looking at this book. You know, I have some experience with security. Plus, what's going on? What are you here for? You know, I wanted to show him that I have some interest about what he was reading, but also I wanted to share with him that, hey, what you're here for, like let's talk about something. Let's break the ice. And then he told me, oh, I'm here to change some two tires, yada yada. And then he told me, yeah, I'm gonna read this book from front to back. He was like on page 20. And that day I was able to talk to him and let me know, hey, I know that you want to do that. I definitely hope that you do that. But let me give you some resources that will take you 2 minutes to write them down. Professor Messer, CBT Nuggets, ONED. I mean, a bunch of resources that he can have, so he to help him his advance his learning curve. Because let me tell you something, guys. I mean, cybersecurity is not easy to digest. If it's new to you, like Prideful Veteran was saying, what is an IP address? So to the cybersecurity professionals, yeah, sure, IPv4, IPv6, IPv2. Let's talk about IP addresses. You know, you have 3 hours. You know, but for him, it's like, I don't know what an IP address is. So, hey, reach out to someone, give him some feedback, help him out. You're not going to lose your job overnight, and then give them resources and show some type of interest. Because I'm telling you, you don't know who you might be helping next, who will pay back to you. Okay, because I have helped so many people throughout my years, and where you least expect, somebody will help you out in a way that will be unthinkable. That is crazy. So let me get to this slide right here, guys. So what I have right here, and I'm gonna put the link on the description of the video after the video is over, for you guys to take a look at the many certifications that you can earn in cybersecurity or towards a career in cybersecurity. To begin with, I was reading a post from on LinkedIn from Boyd Lewis, CISSP, CCSK, ZISA. This guy is a public figure on LinkedIn. He does have a business, I believe, in Dallas, Texas, a very amazing business. And he was saying on his topic, one of his posts that he posted on LinkedIn, it was like, you don't need any certs to start on cybersecurity. And then he gave a good example of someone who who gets a job in a cybersecurity firm, knows nothing about cybersecurity, but then is looking at his manager like, oh, this guy knows less than me, and he's getting paid 10 times what I'm getting paid. Yeah. So pretty much in his statement is, your manager doesn't know how to implement patches, but he's still making 2-3 times more than you. So in this case, you know how to implement a patch. So the comment that I put to Boy was, pretty much study your manager. Okay, study your manager. Ask yourself how my manager got to that position. Okay, and then trying to implement those things into you. Okay, grow from it. Okay, every time that you see somebody out there who makes 2-3 times the amount of money that you make, don't just be right away hating like, he's dumb, he doesn't know nothing about IT. I bet that he knows something. I bet that he knows something. I've been doing cyber for 15-20 years.
He could be playing possum.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. But I mean, I've been doing cybersecurity for many years, and what I see on the landfill out there in cyber is that not everybody at every single level of the organization knows how to audit a computer or how to install an operating system. Don't know what an ISO file is. Don't know how. Most people in IT don't know Linux. So if you want to separate yourself from the bunch, just learn Linux. Just learn Red Hat. Okay, get a license. Learn Red Hat. You'll be fine. That's one of my expertises. That and networking. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why. So what do you guys think, Q and Jaywalk? So far, do you think I'm hitting the point?
Yeah, Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, J
Go ahead,
Mark.
you. Okay. Hey. So when you gave me this, right? I passed it on to a few people. Oh man, they thought it was great. I passed it on to my FSO, and he's the president of the all the FSOs, right? I mean, worldwide, right? So I was kind of shocked. So I joined his organization, and I'll give you the link offline, and then if you want to share it. So he offered it to the whole cyber team, right? I was the only one that joined. So he said, "Well, listen, we do a lot of free classes, right? So right now I'm in a Security Plus class, right? Whether I need it or not, and it's very entertaining and refreshing to go back and revisit some of the concepts, right? Which they do play in to cybersecurity, right? It's just the baseline, and so I was like, oh, very interesting. But when I look at this form, I'm gonna tell you what I got out of this form that you sent me. This not just that it serves two purposes from resources. So I start going into some of the links and building a smart book of the different free material that they have on some of these links. I don't know whoever is looking at this gave it that much thought. So now I'm just building like a security Bible, right? and I don't know if you pulled that from this document that you can actually go in. There's a plethora of resources on a lot of stuff, and that's how I had to look at it, you know, a few times to pull that out of it. So who's ever looking at this and seeing this, don't just look at the fact that it tells you how much the test calls. Go into those organizations and pull out those free resources and start building. So for people that don't have a clue about what cyber is, some of this stuff builds on that very, very strongly. So
So we
that's
got just briefly, we have one in the chat. Hey, shout out Army Mom in the chat. Got a couple of questions, a couple of comments. Let's just read it real quick. She says, "Good information. I have to apply." And then she said, "When will we be discussing this topic again?" Uh, just for everyone in the chat and everyone watching at home, this is a ongoing series. This is just chapter one, introduction. We will be going through the whole gamut from A to Z. So from by the end of this, you should have a well verse of what they're talking about. Definitely about what an IP is. So this is the ongoing series. We will be doing this next week also. So
So
we're
like,
not going to get off that. Rick, you got off the answer. So the what do you need? What is the minimum that you needed to get into the field that you was in?
so to get into cybersecurity, you definitely need to have something to provide to your employer in order for you to get a cybersecurity job. Okay, either a certification or some type of experience, or listen to this, or just the will to work in cybersecurity. You have no idea how many people, how many companies are out there, how many nonprofits, how many opportunities you might have at your own organization to get into cyber. How many cohorts you can join, or apprentice you can join, so you can get your feet wet into cybersecurity. My wife did an apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say the word
At her
out.
job back in Arizona. Moving forward, she was major on criminal justice. Moving forward till today, she has a master's in cybersecurity. She's testing for Security Plus in a couple of weeks. I
Congrats.
mean, and it's because of all this, information that I have shared with her. My
Definitely.
daughter is into cybersecurity. My son is into cybersecurity. I mean, my two grandkids, they don't know it yet, but they are into cybersecurity.
Yeah.
No, they can do whatever they want.
Right, right.
But anyway, you know what I'm getting. So I see the message when she have I have to apply. I'm looking forward for Army Mom to give us some feedback on how she goes. I will definitely tell
Sure.
her that to look into LinkedIn and to look at companies that are offering internships. Number one,
Yeah.
Internships,
number
yep.
two, entry level jobs. Okay.
A pride for a veteran.
Yep. Same
Ask her what is her background because that's going to make a difference where her
background.
starting point is going to be.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
And,
So
and,
if you don't have any background in cyber,
Right.
so where's your starting point at?
So, so if you're a civilian, okay, you need to follow what Jaywalk did. You need to
Right.
get that
Yeah.
information, okay? You
Yeah.
need to learn something. You need to learn what an IP address is. If
Yeah.
you are,
Networking. Right.
yeah, if you are a military individual, either retire or either or military mom or military spouse or spouse, yeah, wife or husband, whatever the case may be, you need to get with vocational rehab. You need to get your benefits out there and make sure that you apply yourself into getting into the cyber boot camps where you might learn something. Trust me. Um, the one thing I will tell you guys is that we're touching a couple of things. I want to get back to the slide real quick. I mean, there's over 50 certifications right here on this chart that you can see. Okay, and then I want you guys not to get to where I'm at. Okay, don't get to
Yeah, this is overwhelming.
yeah, don't get
I
overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. Okay. I will say to you, there's colors and levels for a reason, from beginner, intermediate to expert. Okay. And it doesn't mean that something at the expert level will be more difficult. Uh, depends on your ability to learn the topics. But I will definitely say to individuals, I will point them to the leading industry company who is providing the most certifications out there, and that company is name is CompTIA. Okay, they do provide the most. They do certify the most individuals out there. So your starting point, if you're looking into cyber, get your education, trying to learn something about IT, trying to get into that job, trying to get an internship, trying to get your feet into the door, and then hit here, running, and then start developing your path. Right now, I have 9 certifications. Going to get another certification at the end of the month. Will be my 10th certification, and they are all over the place, from
Yeah.
networking, from security, from auditing, from management. I'm
Yeah.
doing PMP next, which is project
Right.
management professional, which has nothing to do with cyber. But if you really think about it, it has to do with cyber.
Cyber.
Uh,
Right. Right.
so it's an ongoing work. It's something that have to continue developing yourself. If you look at
That's
these
awesome.
major companies in defense, or if you look at major companies in San Francisco, all these tech companies, you see all these individuals who have no no certifications at this level. Most of these individuals have either masters and PhDs. They're engineers, and then they're dealing with total different aspects of cybersecurity. So it's very difficult for you to like have a good path. The best thing you can do is networking, like we're doing here. We got 4 individuals, 4 different backgrounds, 4 different companies, 4 different minds, 4 different ages, and then you're looking towards as a goal, which is how can you benefit from having a good networking team. So I have learned so much from Q. Q right there is a mentor to me. Jaywalk, he's like the grandpa here.
Definitely,
Don't get mad
definitely.
at me, okay? Prideful vet. I have, this is the guy that keeps me center and keeps me grounded. When things are going, and then I'm sure that we benefit from each other in different ways. So have a
Definitely.
supporting team, and just keep on going. So what else, guys?
Man, you guys are giving so much, and I'm looking forward to this chart now. Now my my anxiety is relaxed now, because I was looking at this and seeing a whole bunch of madness, and I didn't see on the left hand side there was
Right.
beginner, intermediate, expert. So now it gives me a clear path that, you know, do your research, guys. Go to the library, see what you guys like, see what catches your eyes,
And,
then see what certification can
right.
correlate with that, and
And
then
then
that's the path, right? Is
so
that what I'm
so
getting?
I want to add something. So then when you go into these sites, that they're going to tell you what books that are associated
Oh,
with
that's
that
awesome.
certification.
See,
And and I tell people, go out. I always buy one cheap book and one expensive book, right? So I may get a book for $3, right? And it may be a couple years older, but it'll give me the foundation. If it's something that I'm interested in and I'm not fully committed to it, I'll go to Amazon, I'll buy a book or some other outlet, $2, $3, and then try to read about it. If it doesn't interest me, then I only lost $3 versus 45, $50. And in there it'll tell you, about the certification, what the pay is, you
really, it
know.
tells you all the information.
Yeah, it gives you that. Yeah. And
I think one of the episodes we're probably gonna have to do like a step by step to see what it is,
right.
because now I'm interested. I'm very
Yeah,
Hmm.
interested.
yeah,
I didn't know it does that. So pretty much it's just like it's just like a
yeah,
follow the dot type of stuff.
right,
Okay, that's awesome.
right. And you may be higher up in the level that you think, right? You may
Right,
you may be intermediate, but
right,
never pursued anything uh, close to that.
right,
So
right, right, right.
I tell you this, I gotta applaud the guy because I showed some people this, and I mean, some high level people, and they was just blown away, right? They was blown away by it. Just you know,
They
this
had no
this
idea.
no idea that cyber
Okay.
extends out this, and it touches software, it touches everything. I mean, if you're in the software testing and it touches on that. I mean, it goes, you know,
It's a big world. It's a big world
yeah,
out there.
yeah, yeah,
The one thing I want to mention to this slide that we showed previously is there's a lot of certifications. There's different levels. If you go with a ruler on the way up, I will say to you, don't get 10 certification. Don't grow up, not sideways. Okay, it's not
Okay, good.
about
Okay.
it's not about how many entry level certifications. It's not about getting 500 certifications that are all level one or at the base of this because they're easy. Because you still at the same level. It's about getting what you need and then move forward, okay, and go up in the chart, okay. So you start with your A plus, then your Net plus, then your Security plus, and then you go to your CSM and CISSP, and then before you know it, you
Okay.
got your GSC, which is, by the way, GSC is one of the toughest certifications for IT. And
That was the next question I was going to ask you guys. What's the toughest cert, and what was the most easily obtainable?
I will say easily obtainable on cyber. Okay,
Hmm.
just for me. Okay, because when I took my first certification, I already have 5 years of experience in cyber. I was working on IT for the military and for the army. Was Security plus. I went, took the test and passed. But there's a lot of
First time
people.
go.
Yeah, first time go.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that have a lot of trouble passing that certification. And by the way, I am no genius. I took in 2013 Microsoft 7 certification. I failed that test 7 times to the point to the point where Microsoft sent me an email saying you cannot retake this test ever. But then the following year, I took Microsoft 10, I think. Yeah, Windows Microsoft 10, and then I passed first try. It was. I just didn't understand. Didn't got
Yeah, you
the
just didn't
material.
get it.
So
Yeah, you just
don't get this. Don't get this. Discouraged if you fail at something. Just keep learning.
okay. What about you, Q? What was your easy obtainable and most hardest to date certs?
So the easiest, it wasn't really easy, but the easiest in my eyes was what RT365 got, which is Security Plus.
2 security
Um,
pluses. Okay.
even though there's people that have failed that test, I was able to get it in the first go, just like RT365. But it's not. I'm not going to say it's an easy test, but it's easy if you dedicate your study time. If you really dedicate that study time and learn what they're talking about in the books, the ports and protocols, and all those different things, those terms, you'll have an easier time with it.
Yep.
And then the hardest one was the CISSP CISM. I need to go back and get the CISSP because I didn't pass that one, but I passed the CISM. The reason that the CISSP is as hard as it is it covers 8 domains. 8 domains of security, and that's a lot of information. A lot of information.
We ain't going what domains is, y'all, and it sounds scary to me. Just trust me, I'm on the same. I'm on the same level. Domains. Okay, I guess we're gonna go over that next week. Dang. Okay. What about you, Jay?
Well, they're all difficult, right?
Okay.
and yeah, they was all difficult. And I had a study partner, so I did. I had some guys. I was studying like 3 different certs at the same time: PMP, CISM, CISSP, and then the CISA. So if you look at the CISM and the CISA, they appear to be easier than the CISSP, right? But this is what I found out with these tests. What you study in the book isn't on the test, right?
What?
Or it's on the test in some other form. So what I had to do, I had to really break it down. I did audio, I did video. I actually got a whiteboard adjustable where I could stand up and sit down. And the whiteboard helped me the most because I committed. First, I read the book. Then I had to commit it to memory, right? And that was the hardest part because there's so much information.
So if you had one test,
whiteboard, I would write it. I would write out the sentence, the answer. Then I erase it. Then I could see if I could regurgitate it. So that's how I was studying, and it took me long. It took me years. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? It took me a long time. And when I got the confidence up, some people say go and pay for the test and get a deadline established. I don't agree with that. I think you should go through the process of learning it. And then I learned it, and then I went through a testing phase. So I was pretty slick. So I learned this from a guy. You can go and get the dumps, right, for $5. So you had to manage. So in the dumps, you had a dump. You don't want to use that. Then you have a management piece of the dumps. So I built my own tests. And for all the information that I didn't know.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So I automated it, and that's how I go through my testing.
So give me the easiest one.
Well, like I said,
none of them,
I mean, my approach.
People listening out there.
I would say, I had CCNA. I mean, I had some other certs. I got some from way back.
Okay.
I would say the easiest was a CCNA.
CCNA, okay.
Right, because I was motivated. I was just motivated. Security Plus, you just got to go through it. I mean, now let me speak about the Security Plus that I'm taking right now. Right, so I already got the certification, but the information has changed drastically from the first time I took it, maybe, I don't know, 8-9 years ago.
Right, correct.
To what I got now, I'm like, wow. And it's not that it didn't change. They just added in more information.
Okay.
Right. and that wasn't on those other tests. So, um,
So CCNA, and we got the hardest test, probably what, CSIP,
uh,
CISP.
I failed it. Well, I failed the CISSP, and that was my own. That was my own doing, right? I, I had a death in the family, and the test was
Condolences,
right
condolences.
after after that, and I still tried to take it, and I got close, right? But yeah, I felt good about taking it, but I felt it, and so and I'll go back one day this year once I settle in with this new position. I'll go back and get it, but I'll use those techniques, video. I found a program where you can actually turn a PDF file into an audio, and like a book into an audio. So I ride around in the car, playing audio, and it could be one of these books,
Yeah, I
right?
need that link. I need that link.
Yeah.
I got a couple
Right.
of books to read.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So,
I need that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Next week we
yeah.
I like to bring this quick information. Next week we're gonna be talking about places where you can get this good trading for these certifications,
Right.
and
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
there's nothing better
Right.
than finding the right fit for you.
Yeah.
Okay, because maybe the way that I teach is not perfect for you.
Yeah.
Maybe and it can vary. They can vary based on, let's say, you see, as you know, I'm Puerto Rican, so I have a very thick accent when it comes to speak English. Maybe Jay when Jay walk when he has a better tone for you. So it's or maybe Q when Q give you that training, and he's very in depth, very detail oriented.
Right. Yeah.
So you need to find what actually works for you.
Yeah.
It's on the training that you're gonna get, because
Right.
anybody can read a book,
Yeah.
anybody can listen to those things,
Right.
but when it
Yeah.
comes to getting that deep
Right.
knowledge, you got to find
Yeah.
the right fit for you.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
and that's difficult.
That's right. Yeah.
We will bring you some good information next week.
Okay. Yeah.
So prideful bet. Do we have anything else?
No, man, we hit everything else. This was for those that are online. This was the introduction once again. This is going
Mhm.
to be. We don't know how long this series is going to be. There's a lot of information to divulge, and just the little snippet. I mean, we've learned what domains. I don't even know what domains are today,
Right.
but we've learned. We've literally tipped the scale on cybersecurity, and I'm
Right.
very happy. I can't even speak. I'm very happy and glad that we're able to get into this topic. Next week we will talk about. You said where to where to find training for these places.
Where
Yeah.
to get? Yeah, we're gonna talk about those things. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. I think we did everything, man. Thank you guys once again. Q, Jaywalk, you guys are just like savants, man. I love speaking to you guys. I love
Right.
getting the information from you. RT, you already know. You already know. Hey, thank you guys. I really appreciate all three of you guys. We're like three kings out here.
Okay. All right, guys. Oh, he went out.
I think you muted though. You muted,
What
right?
happened?
Yeah. My
There it
bad.
is.
Stay on the line.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on?
We're going somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream to all everybody watching. Thank you so
Okay.
much for watching. You guys are amazing. Good night.